All right. Are we live?
Yes, we're live now. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it was there. Hello, people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tasha, and I am with...
This is Kasaun Wilson. I'm the person that's not in Tyler Perry Studios right now.
We are going to be reviewing Married at First Sight, Season 12, Atlanta, Episode 1, which aired last night. And we're going to go through all of the things that happened on the episode. I see some people that's in here. If you guys can like this live so that people can see it and come on in, go ahead and do that. And I'll go ahead and explain the show first, just to give people time to come in. What? You already shaking your head?
You already know. Ridiculous.
So Married at First Sight. Married at First Sight is a matchmaking show where 3 experts go to different cities and they find singles of all types, shapes, colors, and creeds, and they interview them for a chance to find love with a stranger at the altar on their wedding day. And so they go through all these people, they do all these interviews, and then they go through their house and see what they're like, and then they match 5 couples. And so in this season is Atlanta, and so 5 couples have been matched. Hey, Mike. And we are going to... They are experts. You're really fake. And so they are going to... what am I saying? He threw me off.
I think that you were saying that they got matched. The 5 couples got matched.
Yes, the 5 couples got matched. And right now they are going through this episode. They have gone through telling their friends and family. They've gone through the women meeting the other women that are getting married, the men meeting the other men, their bachelor and bachelorette parties. And then we got to see half of one of the couples get married. So we're going to go through the show in order of the show. And let me find my notes and pull up the first couple that appeared.
Oh, for anybody who didn't get to see our matchmaking commentary, it's important for you to know that 10 years ago, Tasha's dream was to be on the show, getting married to one of the members of the OJs.
It's not that I really, really want an older man. That's not what I'm saying. And that's not what I said. I was just saying
he has to be an older man with Benjamin Button syndrome. The older he gets, the younger he has to look. You want a 55-year-old man who looks 12.
I mean, that, 55, if he looked 30, I mean, what can I say? So the first couple that appeared in the show, we're going to start with them telling their friends and family. Where are the people? Give me one moment. Let me get myself together.
They're filming the new Captain Marvel movie next door to her. So they're using the same Wi-Fi.
There's a lot going on over here, okay? I try to be prepared. There's a lot going on.
I get it.
The first couple that was shown was Brianna and Vincent. This is Brianna and Vincent. Again, for the people that have not seen the show or just, learning about it, Brianna and Vincent. We're not going to go through exactly what they said about themselves last time. We're just going to talk about what didn't get said last time, new information that we learned about them. So I guess I'll start. So we started with Brianna, and she was telling her best friend, I'm assuming, it was both up there looking like natural goddesses, okay? The natural hair was popping, teeth was white. They was looking really chocolatey and fine. I really appreciated that. I was like, Atlanta is really, they're coming through. They're coming through.
Are they? Are they?
for that moment, that was great for me. And so Brianna told her friend was like super excited. Lucky for her. Her friend was super excited for her. But one thing that her friend said about her was that she was extremely, extremely stubborn. Hello, love to smile.
Wait, yeah. What couple are we reviewing right now?
Brianna and Vicente. Okay. I did say Vincent, but yes, Brianna and Vicente. That's who we're going with.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you so much, Mike. But yeah, she told her friend was excited, but her friend also said that she was super stubborn. And I was noticing that along the episode, and I have a point to make about that later on. But yeah, so that was a little interesting. She was saying, you know, she's ready to love, but her friend was like, but are you going to love despite this and despite this? And she was like, I mean, yeah. And she was like, you're really stubborn. And then Vicente told his friends, what'd you say?
Who we talking about?
Vicente told his friends, and they were all excited too. So that's great. Both of their friends' groups was like, they're happy for them. Am I echoing again? They were happy for them. And then his friends, for him, said that he was ready for love, which is great. You know, he's showing himself to be who he said he was. He said he was ready. His friends were like, yeah, man, you've been ready to be a husband and a father. But they did say he wouldn't really know how to deal with somebody who was stuck in their ways. And the fact that Brianna's friend said that she was stubborn gives me a little pause. Just a little bit of pause. But I think that your original analysis about them was really good when you were saying if they're both willing to put in the work, it's going to work. But
everybody on paper, everyone has reasons why they will work, and then everyone has reasons why they will not work. And I honestly think that let me just say this, because I know we're going to go through all the couples. They're going to be the only reason why I watch this season. This is it.
It can't. No. There's way more excitement in other couples.
No. See, because y'all be watching and watch people's lives fall apart.
No,
See, I know this is turning.
No,
reality show. See, now y'all got me in my bag. Now I blame Pastor Cal for it. When Pastor Cal first came in, I feel like he was picking couples because he really cared. And now these Lifetime producers then came in and put these circus acts together. And y'all trying to destroy these people's lives.
No, I do feel like there's hope for a number of people, but they're so far. Because I have some changes in my predictions. Okay, we're gonna talk about it, but I have some changes later on. But
I really think that I think they're gonna work. I feel good about his friends. You know, his friends seem like good dudes. And I feel like that's why this episode is really important, because I always gauge how I feel about you by the people you surround yourself with. And his friends seem actually legit.
Yeah.
They were cool. So I was like, all right, he's probably a cool dude.
Yeah, I did enjoy his friends, his little diverse little group. I enjoyed that. That felt good to me. You know, me and Vicente is like cousins, and you know, I Father Teresa, you know, so far. And then the next people that came on the screen were Virginia and Eric. For the people who don't remember who Virginia and Eric are, Virginia is the young, bright 26-year-old party girl. Eric is the divorced pilot. And Eric went to go tell his mom, and his mom already knew what was up. She's like, what? What are you about to tell me? So he was saying he was going to get matched. His mom's super conservative. She wasn't supportive of the process at all. And we find out why he got divorced. And apparently it's because he had a lot of work commitments and things that kept him away from home. And his wife wasn't down with that after a number of years. So they ended up breaking up. And then Virginia and then his mom also said he needs to learn more about life. And I didn't really know how much he needed to learn more about at 34 when it comes to getting in a relationship.
I do.
Okay.
So listen, you got to start putting the pieces together of these people's lives. You
Okay.
you got to listen to what people are telling you, and you got to listen to what they're not. You got to read between the lines.
Uh-huh.
So here's the line. First of all, Eric, his name is Eric, right? If he says the word conservative one more time, first of all, it's actually pretty clear to me that everybody in his family last Wednesday was not watching the matchmaking show. They were running outside the Capitol. I'm pretty sure his entire family was at the Capitol last week. I cannot confirm this. I have no facts, but Eric might have been there. This is one of the people who got that class. He said we're conservative, traditionalists. I was like, you know what that is?
Traditional, and she looked like it too. She said, I don't know about none of this.
Listen,
and then Virginia told her dad, and her dad was like, he not on board either. So they're starting off really terribly. Just last week, what they said about themselves was like a no, and then both their families aren't on board. Like, this is just not going.
So think about this. Well. Eric is 34, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's been divorced for 3 years, right?
Yes.
That means he's been divorced since he was 31. His marriage was over at 31.
Okay.
Just think about how you would respond if somebody you knew was already fully divorced by 31. And then 3 years later, they're like, yo, I'm about to get married to a complete stranger. Something ain't right. If you got divorced because you were working too much, you're a pilot. You flying from Dallas to Boise to LA to Jersey. Who knows how separated y'all got? And then you say you're ready, but you're still a pilot.
Well, he was saying he had like a lot of military stuff that he had to do too. He had a lot of commitments, and now all of his commitments is basically done aside from his normal job, which is a pilot. But still, being a pilot is a big commitment, and she has abandonment issues already. So if he wants somebody independent, which I think she is, but she also has abandonment issues, and if he's gonna keep leaving, I don't know. Hey, Kadisha. I'm glad you joined us.
She said he done switched the background. Me.
So
me?
Yeah, that.
Listen,
I think she appreciates it. I think she appreciates.
Everybody can't record a podcast about Married at First Sight on the set of Bobby Jones Gospel.
My gosh.
Some of us have to record at home and do what we gotta do.
Live from BT Studios.
Virginia did a lot this episode, and I'm sure we'll get to it. But
yes, we will.
When Virginia told her family, I just didn't believe it. It's just too much. It's just too much for me.
You said when she did what?
When Virginia told her family, none of them really believed in her. They were all like, okay.
Her dad was like, it's gonna be on TV, right? I can watch it on TV. And she was like, yeah. Yikes. So the next couple that came on screen is Paige and Christopher. I'll show you guys them as a reminder. Paige and Chris is going to be my favorite couple this whole season. They really are. They really are.
That is not true. That's not true. That's not true.
This is going to be my favorite couple.
Is this the couple you believe in the most?
I'm going to get there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
I'm sorry, Chola. I don't want to put your business all out there. Hey, Brianna. She said this about whoops. She said this about Eric. People get married quicker the second time around, and I understand because it's like you already know what you're looking for. So I totally get that.
At 31, though.
Yeah, people be getting married. People get married older, but people used to get married so young. If you get married at 24, that's a long marriage still. Yeah,
but back in the day, people would get married for health insurance and strawberries. They would get married for they needed the insurance. Like, it was very frivolous thing. Like, it wasn't love. They weren't making All right, just let's move on because
So Paige told her mom and her brother and her mom's friend, and she basically was saying she's ready for love despite everything. She's like, if his feet stink, she's still gonna love him. If this and that, she's still gonna love him. Her brother was like, girl, you is a liar. You're picky. And she ain't say none of that in her in her matchmaking special. He said, you're picky. All your exes, you left them for silly reasons. Like, you're extremely picky. And she was like, I don't think I am, but apparently she is. And Chris told his dad and his grandma and a friend and a pastor. And one thing about them that they talked about when they were telling their families, like both their families were like talking about the children that they want to have and stuff. And I forgot about that last time. They're both in line on their family, how they want to build their family and stuff like that. So that's good. But I didn't realize Paige was also extremely picky. Why?
You think?
Why are you looking like that?
You think Paige is picky?
That's what her family is saying about her. They know her better than me.
All right. Now, I would be down with this analysis if the contrast wasn't somebody whose major question for all the other grooms is, what if she's ugly?
Well, both of them are extremely picky, and that's what's like, because I thought it was just gonna be him, but if it's gonna be her too,
I don't think Paige is that picky. I don't.
You don't know yet. Her brother is telling. This is her person who grew up with her. Is telling us that you're picky.
But listen, hear me out though. Sometimes the people who have the biggest potential to misunderstand you are the people closest to you, and the people who knew you win. Now she did, as you can from pictures that I've seen, she did cross Delta Sigma Theta.
You did your research.
Which means she went to college, which means she might have had some time away where she became a different person than maybe what her family know. I'm not saying that I know her better than her brother. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, we can't judge. She's saying all the right things, and she doesn't come across as somebody. Now, hold on. I don't believe that. Let me say something that you said, Tasha. I'm not sure. I don't think he'll be her type, and I think that'll be a problem, but I don't think she's picky.
You don't think he'll be her type?
I don't.
Interesting. I really did like when his grandma was in there preaching, and she basically told him, like, don't have any preconceptions, like, go in there with a completely open mind. And I really think he needed to hear that. Everybody was basically saying that because we all in the whole entire world know he's picky. His pastor was looking at him like, you can't be too picky. And grandma was giving some great advice. I really appreciated her.
It doesn't bother you that his dad and mom are not involved in this at all?
I thought that was his dad there. That was his dad next to his grandma.
That was his grandfather. That was his grandfather. Because remember, he said she said when we walked down the aisle at 14. So I think that was his grandfather. That wasn't his dad.
I thought she said
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somebody in the chat can correct me. But from what I remember hearing, that was his grandfather and his grandmother on the couch talking to him.
I don't remember that. I think
that's the problem with doing things live. When you're wrong, it's on record. I'm out here wrong.
I think it was his dad.
I'm gonna go on record saying that actually was his grandfather. That's what I'm gonna go on record saying.
Okay. But I did like that his pastor was there. You know what I'm saying? He's giving that big news to him, and he was really with him there the entire time, which I was like, okay, she's trying.
No, stop. Why are you doing this? You know what it is? Let me tell you what you're doing. Everybody watching this, look at me. Look at me. Don't worry about PBS, Mr. Rogers House Studios. Come over here.
Oh my gosh.
Come over here to my empty full house. Listen, let me tell you exactly what Tasha's doing. Tasha knows that Paige and Chris are going to deliver the biggest drama of the season. She already knows that this man already said that somebody's pregnant, and they're not sure if it's Paige or somebody else. What she's doing is she is lifting them up to fail. That's exactly what she's doing.
No, because I have some thoughts at the end. My predictions are different now. Just hold on. Just hold off on it.
Wait, so
you don't have anything else to say about this. We're gonna go to the next couple.
I'm trying to tell you being petty right now. I know what you're
No,
doing.
I'm not. Actually, I have new thoughts. Okay. The next people that came on was Hayley and Jay from State Farm. And so Hayley told her friends, all her friends, cute, young, been married for a while.
Here we go. Here we go. See? Here's where it starts.
Her friends were shocked. Okay? Shocked, I tell you. And we found out her last man had a baby on her, which gave her a bunch of trust issues. Some of her friends are rude because they was like, I never thought you would get married at all. Like, okay, first of all, calm down.
That is my major commentary about that whole segment. Hayley, your friends don't believe in you at all. They hate your guts. In fact,
those two of them are definitely haters for sure.
The one girl who was like, I didn't even think she would ever get married. Ugh. I was like, dang.
Right. I'm like, these are the people that you've chosen to stand by you.
And the worst part is
some of them are not on board. One of the girl, her best friend is on board. Then Jacob told his friends. And the thing about Jacob's friends was that I thought that one of them was his dad. I thought that
Yo, Tasha, what you're not gonna do? You are operating in supreme ageism right now. You are gonna stop. This man he's only 38 years old. Why are you doing this to this man?
He looks older, and I already see that their friend groups they don't even look like they're gonna mesh at all.
Oh my gosh.
What?
You just really do not like this man because
I don't like the cup. I don't like the pairing.
Can I ask you a question?
Like the pairing.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Who is your celebrity crush?
I don't really have one, so I'm gonna say who it was before. It was like Michael B. Jordan.
Okay. Somebody who is
around my age.
Yeah, I bet. All right. So when you were growing up, like you were like a teenager.
I don't remember. Like
Jackson or
somebody. I don't remember.
Mike said Morgan Freeman is your
Mike. Absolutely not. I just don't like the pairing of them because I can just tell that their personalities is not gonna mesh. He's like, they were even asking, like, what if she's, not super nerdy? Like, you're really nerdy. And looking at her friends, like, I can already tell that they are not. Anyway. So, yeah, the friends don't even look compatible. And then both of them, her friends were saying that she doesn't commit. Like, anytime she goes on a date, it'd be like a first date. And then, like, because of her, she'd be like, no, for a second date on a bunch of different men. And he was saying the same thing. It's like he goes on a date and he's like, wants to move on because he's always thinking maybe there's something better. So both of them are don't like to commit. That's not good.
Yeah, but to me, so maybe I'm different.
Okay.
To me, I feel like if you can recognize that about yourself, I feel like you have to recognize that about yourself to get into a process where you're automatically married to a person. Like if somebody's just adverse to commitment altogether, they wouldn't be a part of this process other than Virginia and Chris and countless other people in past seasons. But that's just my opinion. But to me, Brianna and Vicente have the most. That's the one couple I'm watching for. But if there's any other couple that I think has a chance, to me, it is Hayley and Jacob because he's 30. Listen, hear me out. He's 38, but I think they picked him because he doesn't come off like a 38-year-old. Now, listen, you have a thing about bald spots. We've already covered it. I know that is your retort.
You know who does?
You whispered that like people still can't hear it. And but here's my thing. He likes the 80s, like in the matchmaking episode, he likes all the 80s videos. his sense of humor is really like quirky. He's really like out of the box. He has a weird sense of humor. So people like that, to me, I think of that like Amelia and Bennett, where I'm not saying because of the age difference. I'm just saying because their sensibilities are so out of the box. It might help them to connect in a more, out of the box way than their age would probably dictate up front.
Okay.
I'm telling you. Those are the only two couples that we'll get to that at the end. Go ahead.
That's not true because this couple, Claire and Ryan, we're gonna go to. So Claire and Ryan, reminder for the people. The interracial. Why do I have such a problem saying interracial? Interracial couple.
You got a problem saying ball spots too.
No.
Might be
so
a
this
40
is Claire
thing.
and Ryan. Claire's friends were super excited for her, which is great. She's very social. Apparently, she's really sensitive. And Ryan's friends, which I guess I predicted that well from the last episode. All his friends were Caucasian, so that's not gonna be a problem for him. They were shocked but excited, which is great. And one thing I realized about them this time that I didn't realize last time, well, I guess I realized it, but I didn't put two and two together. Clara falls in love apparently really, really easily, and then Ryan doesn't. So that don't seem like a recipe for a great cake, but we're gonna see. That's all I have to say about them for the
She had a lot of stories of people doing her dirty.
Yes, and I think she probably just gives more than she should too early, and that's what her downfall probably is.
She told like, yeah, I'm just upfront with it. Like, I just tell them I want to see more of you. I'm like, okay.
But I know you're married, but would something like that have turned you off when you were single?
Here's the thing. It's never the approach. It's really how much you like a person. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody writes you a letter, but you find them despicable, you're like, ew, why would you write me a letter? But if you like them, you're like, oh my gosh, this is so sweet.
Well, if they're in a relationship, I would hope that they didn't find her despicable.
I mean,
but people just be dating to date sometimes, actually.
Yeah.
So
she said,
the next,
hold on. We're missing a part. She told, let me know if I'm talking about the right person. She said that a guy that she was dating PayPal'd her $100 as like a peace offering so he can date her best friend.
Yes. She doesn't know how to choose at all.
And these are the people that you want to put your faith in. All right.
Listen,
hey.
That's why she's on the show, because she don't know how to choose, and that's smart on her part. So the next thing that happened was the group of men got together and the group of women got together to meet each other and, chatted up about how crazy they all are to be a part of this process. On the men's side, we can start with the men's side. Chris was just in there digging himself a hole. He just, they're like, why do you want to do this? And he just digging a hole. Digging a hole. It just wasn't going well.
I will say this: people need to give people a little break. A lot of this is editing. That's not the whole conversation. They are putting the most, interesting things on there for debate. But absolutely, I agree. I don't think the editing was a problem. I think that's really. Well, can I also make a side note point? Why on God's green earth was this episode 3 hours long?
Because I know we want to get to the weddings, okay? Don't do too much.
It was 3 hours with no weddings. It was just
half a wedding, a quarter of a wedding.
Gosh. It was just Eric was just at his mom's clan rally telling her about.
Oh my goodness! You know what?
Okay, my bad. It's just so long. It's like on Tuesday they're talking about cheddar and cheese, and then they're talking to that pastor at the church, and then they're getting advice. It's like, can we just get to the way? It's 3 hours.
But this one was, I feel like, juicier than the older seasons. Like these meetings and stuff were better, like more entertaining, at least to me.
By this time years ago, one of the castmates had already been arrested. We haven't even got to the.
No.
We hadn't even got to the wedding yet. What is taking so long? I don't know who is a part of these focus groups at Lifetime, but please stop with these 3-hour episodes. Avengers Endgame was 3 hours long. Thanos ended the world, came back, and got killed again.
Watched it, so they don't have to change it.
That's true.
So Chris was in there digging himself a hole, and he asked everybody, "What if you get to the altar and she's ugly?" And Father Teresa,
Father Teresa, is that? That's funny.
Father Teresa said, "Hey man, it's not about if she's ugly. You know, you gotta look at the heart and see, you gotta find out why you guys are matched." And Vicente was just, racking up brownie points. Racking them up. So far.
He needed them later on.
No, George, we ain't get to that part yet. I was talking to George last night during the show. We ain't get there yet.
Yeah.
And then he told Jake that his clock was ticking.
That was so disrespectful. That was so disrespectful. I said, oh my God. And then he told Eric, after Eric was trying to be vulnerable, like, "Hey guys, I've been married before, I'm divorced." And he was like, "Well, you're the most eligible person here." What are you doing, bro? I know that was probably his attempt to but
trying to be funny and be cool and relate.
Yo, if that's what his conversations are like, I don't want to hear his sermon.
Maybe he was nervous.
Does somebody have a link to one of his youth Sunday sermons? Because I would love to hear it.
So that man's clock was ticking, and I was in my house by myself, weak. Okay, because anyway, and the women got together, and it was cool for a second, but then Brianna was giving all type of judgment at everybody. She was looking at everybody extra judgy for the things that they were saying.
I would never do that.
So much of that. And then it came up again, Paige talking about, this is the second time actually in the episode that she's talking about she wanted a God-fearing man. She said it when she was telling her mom and them. This is very, very important to her.
I believe her.
And to Chris. It's very, very important to both of them because he brought it up when he was telling.
Here you go, trying to make a point. You're trying to set them up to fail. I'm not going to let you do these beautiful Nubian brothers and sisters like this.
I appreciate that. That's super, super duper important to them. Do you have anything to say about the women meeting? Because it was cool. Just like they were judging each other a lot, which was okay, but they're gonna get along.
If my timeline is correct, is this where old girl just started handing out lingerie randomly?
Not yet. Right before that, this is when they were meeting, just having drinks or something. But you can talk about that. You can talk about. Go ahead and talk about the lingerie party, the lingerie party.
That was weird. That was just awkward. And there was somebody in the cast who was trying to judge Paige for something that she was saying, but they were asking her question, she was just responding to people's question, but then they started judging her for the answer. And I was like, we're not going to do that.
So Clara was saying that at the meeting, the first time they met, she was just it shocked her, which I feel like it would have shocked, because this lingerie party was shocking to me.
Is Clara the Black Lives Matter?
Yes.
Okay.
Clara said it just shocked her how at the first meeting she was just I just really want somebody who's God-fearing and this and that. And then at the lingerie party, she was saying a lot of other things. She was saying how she
don't freeze up now. It's from your studio.
She was just saying how she likes it in bed, what she would and wouldn't do, that she needs STD tests in hand because she got hers. Because if you active, you should have your test. You should be getting tested and have your tests with you to let people know. And she was just saying it just shocked her. She said she was here for it. It just shocked her that she was so open and free and confident about her sexuality. That's all she was saying. I'm gonna stand up for Clara because she stood up for me.
Wait, Clara stood up, you thought it was too much what she was saying?
Huh?
Wait, which one is Clara?
Clara's Black Lives Matter.
Wait, you thought? Because I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I gotta Google them every episode because I just can't. Sometimes some of them look alike. So Clara is the interracial couple, right?
Yes.
Okay, and Clara was talking to who?
Clara was talking to the camera. It was a confessional.
But she was talking about Paige, wasn't she?
She was talking about Paige, and she was just saying it shocked her the difference that the conversation was, but she was here for it.
See, but here's the thing. Paige
she's the one that brought the lingerie, so she wasn't gonna have an issue.
She's the one who brought up the conversation. And listen, now I want to say you were speaking up for Clara, and I respect it. You know what I'm saying? But in Paige's defense, one, and I'm going to say this probably once every time we do this. When it comes to the test, this is Atlanta, so you just got to be sure.
You're freezing.
Uh-oh, can you hear me? Hello?
Say it again.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Say it again.
When it comes to the test, do you know?
Yes.
Am I still freezing? Am I still freezing? Hello? Yellow?
No, I see you.
Oh, in the state of Maryland, it's actually required to get a marriage license. You have to take.
No, you're not freezing. We can hear you and we can see you.
And in the state of Maryland, to get a marriage license, it's actually required to get all of those blood tests done to make sure that you have nothing. Do you know that?
That's great.
And I think it should be required.
No, I didn't know that.
This is Atlanta. You got to be sure. And I support it. You got to know.
Me too.
I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think that was the part that she was talking about. She was just talking about because Paige was saying she don't like condoms, and that's the reason why she be carrying her test around for real, because she don't like condoms. And that she, they was asking about eating butt, and she was saying,
well, okay, something. All right, I'm not. All right, cool. So listen, I'm not.
It was just a little shock. I understand her shock and all. Okay.
All right. So on that train, I got off 3 stops ago. I got off when it came to the test. The train keeps going. I'm not on the train. But what I can say is you're not going to be asking me questions and then judging me because of my answer. We was all talking, and you brought us. You introduced that into the conversation. That means you premeditated going to buy stuff for us to go pick out and have like a little maiden form party. Like, nah, don't do that. And then when I tell you, my grandmother worked for Maiden Form for like 40 years. That's my only reference. But it's like, ain't that the conversation? How do I want to say?
I don't think she was judging her. I don't think she was judging. If anybody was judging, it was Brianna. She kept looking over there like with her judging eyes. She was giving me a lot of judging eyes this episode, and I didn't like it.
Really? You think so?
Yes.
I don't see that in her, but I trust your judgment. Go ahead.
And then they were talking about if, which one is more of a downfall, which one is more worse, if the person doesn't drink or if they something else. And a lot of them were saying if the person doesn't drink is worse. And I was like, when did not drinking become a downfall of somebody? Like, what? And they were like, yeah, because I don't want to be out drinking and somebody's judging me. I'm like, no, that's projection. You're judging yourself. Everybody doesn't have to go out and drink. That threw me off.
Yeah, I'm glad they went to commercial out of that because I couldn't figure that one out. I never knew not drinking was a red flag.
Okay, and then Virginia was the main one that was saying it.
Yep, she don't know she about to marry David Perdue. So good luck to her.
I want to quickly go to Chris meeting his pastor on the side at the church. For his counseling. So he tells his pastor that he's been considering, not having sex for like a while. When they get married, he's considering just waiting to have sex to really get to know her, which is great. Very noble. He wants to really get to know her beforehand, because usually if he has sex with somebody before they really get to know each other, it always fails, which a lot of people say that's the truth. He said he's been praying and fasting. And
why do you do that? Why do you do that? You know what you've been doing, and I'm gonna tell you a secret to everybody. Anytime you think somebody lying or you think they full of it, you take this long pause after you say it.
No.
He said he's been praying and fasting.
I know.
It's like, no, just say it.
He very well can be.
Yeah, okay.
He says he's been praying and fasting and he really wants to do this right. And I feel like we've seen a different side of Chris in this episode than what they painted him in the last one.
Yo, you gotta be kidding me.
I feel like,
if you say, well, I'm gonna start turning my camera off. I'm gonna start turning my camera off. There's no way.
I feel like I've seen a different side of him. And because he's trying. Some people didn't. He's trying, I think. Right? He doesn't want to. What's wrong? You don't like him?
No, listen, I like everybody. I don't have a problem with this man. I don't know him. And who's to say I don't know his character? But there's certain things people say that I just cannot get out of my mind. And it may not stick out to everybody. But you know one thing he said, I'm gonna tell you one thing he said, and it may not be important to you. He said, I want to be the best dressed groom in Married at First Sight history. And then he also said, I want to be the sharpest dude this season. That's what he said.
Well, that's about clothes. That's not about.
Yes, but he said this season. Like this, to me, he comes across as somebody who knows.
As there for the right reason.
He's on TV. He's very aware that he's on TV.
Sure.
I don't believe anything. I believe.
I think he is very aware he's on TV, but I don't want to reserve judgment yet if he's going to try and end this marriage. Well, I'll talk about that at the end. But his pastor has the pastor voice, and that was very funny to me. I loved that. I really enjoyed that. But we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to what you were talking about. I am
really shocked that we differ this much. I'm thoroughly surprised. This is also the same person that said, "Yo, I was a pastor, but it wasn't paying enough, so I switched it up and worked at a car dealership." But now you see a different side of him. Okay.
So we'll go to the wedding shopping. You were just talking about this, and it was him. His pastor, his cousin was looking for the clothes, whatever. They all go to the same shop for everything. And he's like, I'm not going to that shop. I'm going to this other place that I know got some good clothes. He came out there with the Michael Jackson slippers. And then he was looking for something to match. And
go ahead, say it. Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
I'm trying to think.
Okay. All right.
That it didn't really tell me anything new. We already knew he was flashy. We knew he wanted, we already knew that part. He was big on labels. We said that last time. Already knew that. I didn't really have much to say about the wedding shopping at all. Everybody was kind of cut and dry.
I found out a lot about the wedding shopping. First, I found out Chris gets his suits from the same place Ricky Diller gets his suits from. I found out Eric might have the personality of a paper bag. He's so conservative that he laughed at a different jacket. He was like, which to me lets me know that him and Virginia, I give them 2 episodes. I think they're the first to go down. Way before the honeymoon starts, before they fly back, before they land back in Georgia, I think they're done.
Before they leave. And then I also noticed, what's his name? Ryan. This guy, Ryan. Him and his brother are so different. His brother's like super like chill and like cool, like not that he's not cool, but like laid back cool. And like he had on his Jordans and stuff, and he was like, "Yeah, put on that other jacket with a gold watch." And he put the jacket on, and everybody was like, "Ooh, that's the one." I was like, "Okay, brother." Appreciate him.
You want to know what you never want to hear somebody say when they say, "Man, you and somebody else is so different." He's so chill and cool, and you, by nature of the contrast, are not.
No, I'm not saying he's not cool. He's just like, I meant like cool as in like.
Say it. Go ahead, say it.
Like
say
chill. Like on like the other side of the pillow. Like
Ryan is also very, very chill.
What do you think I'm trying to say? Because you what? What do you think I'm trying to say?
Nope, you ain't gonna get me to say it. Nope, I'm good. I'm good. You can say whatever you think. He got his Jordans on and everything.
No, I'm and he was trying to pick out the outfit, okay? His older brother had his back. I appreciated that he brought him along and that he is one of the groomsmen. That he's sticking close.
That's where my commentary ends. Nope.
So we can move on from wedding shopping. There was a lot going on there. Except for Virginia's stepmom showed up.
And she started crying.
Mm-hmm. So her dad is not on board, but the stepmom, I guess, wants to be supportive, which is nice.
I will say, let me say this before we end. What do you call him? What's the 38-year-old guy? What's his name?
Jake.
I really learned Jake is genuinely, no, that was Eric. I think Jake is there for the right reasons. And I think Eric genuinely wants to be with somebody. Like, I think he was with his boy who's married. And he was like, "Man, I really want what you have." I feel like I don't know if there's such thing as like good divorced, but if there is, I think he really like is there for the right reasons. I just wonder if it's a match.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. So then it was the Bachelor and the Bachelorette parties. And first of all, we're still in a panorama, and I ain't see no MAFS. Atlanta is really, really open. They are not in the same panorama that we are, which was quite interesting. Like every time I saw a mask, I was like, "Oh wow, that's right, yeah." The doll was the
only one who had a mask on.
You said what?
So the doll was the only one that had a mask on.
Okay. So they're at the bachelor party. We start bachelor party. No, we're just gonna start bachelorette party. So the bald conversation had me extremely weak because of the conversation we had the last episode. And I was like, see, it's not just me. I know I felt. And Virginia is very anti-balding. You know, she's not down for that.
She's not the only one, apparently.
Well, I felt like I knew what they were gonna say. It
was exactly what you wanted to say.
No. I just knew what they were gonna say. I have no opinions on that.
Yeah. Whatever. Tell us anything, Tasha.
But then they had the submission talk, and then everybody was like, well, one person was like, I'm real independent and anybody tell me what to do, but like, I want to be submissive. And then they were like, yeah. When she was like, yeah, like, ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do, but also I want somebody who's gonna be a leader. And I thought that was really interesting. And before I continue this conversation, Brianna kept saying every time they talked about something that they wanted a guy to do or how they wanted them to treat them, she was like, he better, like all the time. And I was like, girl, calm down. Like, okay, we know you want to run it. We get it. But anyway, so Paige was saying she wants to be submissive. Right. That's a check on the list.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. You really not for them, huh? It's okay.
No, I believe her. I believe her. Hold on 1 second. See you tomorrow. Okay. You got it. So we really did just buy a house. We haven't moved in yet. That's why it's completely empty.
Praise God. Congratulations.
God is good. Thank you. So I believe in Paige. I think Paige is super cool. You know, I'm telling you, I get the same vibe from Paige that I got from Mika. Was like, she's super cool. Remember Mika from DC? She's super cool, super down to earth. And when she says she wants something, like in terms of what she wants in a relationship, I really do believe her. Like, I genuinely do. My issue, first of all, when I actually very strongly dislike, and they did it in this episode where they're like, I'm not going to be submissive. I just want somebody to put me in check. What does that mean? Why y'all getting married so somebody can put you in check? I'm not the Holy Spirit. You better get your life, put yourself in check. What do you want me to do?
It seems like they want to fight, which I don't understand. Yeah, it's like, that's a weird. I don't understand it either. How you want to be? Don't tell me nothing, but also tell me strong enough that I'm gonna listen.
Hey, what? Tasha, when you were dating Ron Isley, how did he put you? Can you explain what put you in check? You know what I'm saying? No, I'm saying, like, can you give more of a idea? Can you clear up what the concept of put me in? What does put me in check mean?
I don't know what put me in check means. I don't be looking for nobody to put me in check. Okay, I do try to check myself before. I'm anti-conflict, so I try to put myself in check and reflect and try to be humble before I get embarrassed. That's my way of thinking. I don't understand what it means. It seems like they want to fight, which I don't be looking to fight.
I think what Paige says was really great. I honestly do. When she said, I want to submit, I want to be, and they were trying to make fun of her, like, yeah, you want your husband to tell you want to go to Bible study and Sunday school. And she was like, yeah, but I haven't found somebody that I have confidence in enough to submit. And I absolutely agree with that. Like, you just can't be submitting to every dude you meet at Burger King. But when you meet the right guy, same with men, that you submit as well and do what you got to do to love and honor and respect and all of those great things. I mean, you should love, honor, and respect everybody, but you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. But it was, to me, what Paige said wasn't as not off-putting, but didn't stand out as much as them being like, I ain't submitting to nobody.
And it was all of them, except for Hayley. Hayley's, we don't really know anything about her. I'm noticing. I don't really know anything about her.
I don't. Well, we know her. We know her friends aren't quite fond of her. We know that much.
Doesn't have good friends. Not too much of a personality yet. Not really sure where this is going. But Virginia was in there throwing up all over the place while her husband said, my wife better not be throwing back shots. Okay. Eric is anti-alcohol for real. And he does not know what he's getting himself into.
Eric is Mike Pence 30 years ago. And Virginia is, you know, the thing, you know what their downfall is going to be? He is naturally traditional and he's naturally conservative. Now he made me say it. He's so conservative that I think he's going to push. Like, did you know how she's like free flowing and wants to do stuff and try stuff? The experts put her with him because they're like, maybe she can open him up. But it's like, At the cost of what? He's gonna try to control that woman.
He's a wet blanket for sure. He's a wet blanket. Another conversation they were having at the bachelor party when they were rating, they were like, what if your wife is like a 7? And Jake said a 7 is not good. And I'm like, what are men's rating scales at this point? Because I feel like most people aren't 8, 9, 10. So what exactly are you looking for?
Well, the question is what he rates himself. I feel like if you really know that you're a 7 in life, a 7 is a 10 on your scale.
Okay.
Does that make any sense?
I'm tracking. I had to do the math.
I'm saying like, I think Vincent had the best thing, which is like, yo, regardless of how she looks, so you just go into it with an open mind and you learn to love this person. But to me, for a person to say, if she's a 7, I can work with that. To me, lets me know that you think you're
not even bad.
But it makes you think that you're a 10. Like to say like I can work with that means that you probably think of yourself as a 10. Which
and
to
Dick
me
said he can't. So what do you think he thinks that he is? Because he said 7. He said it better be an 8 or above.
I mean, top of the line. But he also did say this is a thing that when he was younger, he was like kind of heavy and then he worked himself out and got into shape. So
right, that's right.
Looks do mean a lot to him. And, you know, people just be out here and they care about looks. And I mean, we're going to find out.
Then Chris made his entrance with the only person in Atlanta wearing a mask, the blow-up doll. And everybody was a little thrown off. Well, the wet blanket was thrown off. Everybody else wasn't that too thrown off about it. They were just like, okay, if that's your thing, guy. But Eric, of course, is like anti.
He's going to be thrown off about everything.
It's going to be so boring. But Chris just wanted to have, go in there and have a little fun, you know what I'm saying? Spice it up a little bit. I understood, came in fashionably late. But then Father Teresa in there talking to the scrippers. I was talking to one and said he would be happy if she was the one at the altar the next day. I said, come on, Vicente, we were doing so good. We were doing so good.
He is a gentleman, a distinguished gentleman in Atlanta who has probably been to his fair share of juke joints, if you will.
Sure.
And, all right. I don't believe this in my heart, but I will say that I do. I don't believe this, though. I can imagine that it can be harder to feel a commitment to someone that you do not know than to someone that you do. Like the idea of being at your bachelor party and being committed to someone on a TV show that you've never even met, like this is just a question mark of a person, is probably harder than being at a regular bachelor party. That's what I would say. So I'm saying like Vincent is my guy. And I'm biased, so I'm gonna try to find a reason.
Oh, now you like Vicente because last time you were saying, oh yeah, because he gave away some shoes, he must be.
No. I never said that. No.
Yes, you did. We can pull it back.
I never said I didn't. You got stuff queued up. That's petty.
No,
I never said I didn't like Vincent. I was critical of your. I mean, you were gone. You were like.
I'm just saying he just seems like a good guy.
Cause he gave away 3 Crocs.
That wasn't the only reason. I could tell he has a good heart. Mike, no, I didn't. Or are you talking to Kasaun?
I don't know. He's probably talking to me because Pastor Mike is old.
But who wasn't talking to the strippers? Chris
I'm so glad you said that.
Chris made sure he didn't go over there to those strippers and he stayed his distance because he knew his wife was going to see this and be upset. And he said, I got to respect her and I got to respect the process.
Yo, did somebody from their PR team call you and tell you that? Because you have really. I wish we could roll that video back. That would sure be a contrast. Listen, like I said, I'm glad you brought that up. He is very mindful that there are cameras on him and that he is on TV, and he was very mindful. Didn't it just seem like it just seemed too choreographed? It seemed rehearsed. You won't catch me going over there. No. That's the only person I'll be with right here. Oh no, I'm good. And I'm sorry. Now that we've made Chris like the symbol of everything holy and just.
No,
if we can roll some tape back,
that.
Weren't you looking forward to a moment where he was announcing someone's pregnancy? Or we're not. So that don't.
We gonna see what it is. We gonna see what it is.
Got you. So this is. So now this baby was just born out of love and Jesus' will, huh?
We gonna see what happens when we get there.
I don't know. Somebody put a comment about a website that you should probably look at. I know you read it and you don't want to address it because now he's a saint. Now because Chris will be headlining MegaFest next year.
I'm only going by what I've seen so far. All I'm saying is he wasn't over there
so
talking
far.
to But all in all, bachelor parties were the women were just going wild. Claire, who I thought would be the one that was getting drunk and fun, she was like, I'm the most sober one here, which I'm confused.
She was another one.
She seems more responsible than I gave her credit for in my mind last time. And I'm actually starting to really like her.
She looks like Hillary Duff. And and does it concern you that none of the guys like Chris? Doesn't concern you at all?
I don't think that Vicente doesn't like Chris.
Listen, I know the show was 8 hours long. I know it was longer than Roots, the DVD series, but I need you to go back and take a look. When they were at that bachelor party, Vincent.
I think the dislike came from that first meeting because he was just saying anything. And it was like, what are you talking about, man? But at the bachelor party, I don't remember that. At the bachelor party.
All right, go back and look.
I'm gonna go back and look, but we gonna.
Even when the guys met for the first time, he was like,
yeah, for the first time they wasn't down, but right. So then we got this little quarter of a wedding with Claire and Ryan. 3 hours. And
we got a preview.
Yes, a preview. And I just want to point out again, Ryan's brother is just first of all, he looked real tired with this process. He was just like, can we just get this over with? But he just looked he was still so cool though. I liked him as a little side character.
Would you like us to pull out? Would you like us to pull up Ryan's brother's IG? Because you are referencing him 2 times more than what I told you. You are you're legit having a moment. If I didn't say your eyes are like rolling back a little bit, like this is different.
They not. I'm just saying. I really appreciated his presence there.
I bet you did.
Really appreciate his presence there. Okay, I'm not gonna say nothing else about it.
No, please. I want you to get it all out. Please. What else do you think about Ryan's brother?
Nothing else. Absolutely nothing else. I really loved her gift to him. Super cute, and it really showed her little personality, and he liked it, like the little Smirnoff thing and the shot glasses and stuff that she made. I was like, that was super cute. Showed her personality. They, he's a part of the little frat boy stuff, so he knew what he was supposed to do with the Smirnoff apparently. Because I was confused.
I had no idea.
I didn't know what she was talking about. Giving on one knee, and I was like, what? Get iced? What? But he knew exactly what she was talking about. So. And it was super cute. I really loved that. And then
I'm gonna look that up. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, getting iced. I don't think we're supposed to know. But then His letter to her, I was like, first of all, how he writing the vows before the vows? He wrote her a 4-page letter of vows before they even made it to the altar. And she was in there crying already. And then we found out that the blindfolds were actually Ryan's idea and not the idea of the show, which
you
made me feel much better.
Try to kill the producers for that, and that was one guy's idea. I don't even know why we had to do the.
Well, they obviously didn't believe it either. But his reasoning, I liked. He wanted to have that physical touch first, so that they had that connection, which was super cute. I like that. Their little. What?
That was weird.
Was it?
You want your husband to blindfold you walking down the aisle, so the first time y'all
connect is through touch. Touch is very powerful.
Yo, let me tell you something. If my daughter wanted to get married at first sight, and I can't even look this man in his eyes before I give her away, I'll take his blindfold off. Like, no, you're gonna look at me. You're just gonna marry my daughter and not look me in the face? I'm just gonna sit down? Like, nah, fam. Like, what is that?
And then his brother was like, "You want to count down?"
Like, yeah, you want 3, 2, 1? Oh, okay. Wait, are you talking about Ryan's brother again? Here we go. Back at we might. If that man walks past and if that man get nachos in a future episode, we're gonna be talking about that on here. Everything Ryan's brother does. Hey guys,
at the wedding, too cool to dance and everything. I can see.
Welcome to the review of Ryan's brother and Married at First Sight season 12. Can somebody please get Ryan's brother's IG, please?
No.
And find out if he's at least 45 and doesn't have a history of balding in his family, because that would help kill some of them.
He ain't balding. We saw that. He definitely ain't balding.
Why are you saying we? Because I wasn't looking if he was balding in his
We as America, we saw it.
He was so different. All right, so I have the meaning to Get Iced. Get Iced is a drinking game where one person hides a bottle of Smirnoff Ice that they know their target will find. When the unlucky chump does find it, this is on Google, they're required to get down on one knee and chug the entire bottle.
He knew. He's in that. They seem like a match right now. So I'm gonna start. So I'm gonna pull up our old predictions before we talk about the new ones.
Predictions ain't gonna change. I go down.
Really?
I go down with mine. But this is what I'll do. Let me just be. Oh my gosh!
This is last week's prediction.
Oh, I didn't know we was doing the SATs. Okay. Okay. Here's what I'll say. I'm gonna give myself 3 chances to change my opinion on a couple, and
okay,
and everything else I'm going down with. Throughout the whole season, I'm gonna give myself 3 chances. But we'll see. All right, let's do it.
So I'm gonna start with Clara and Ryan. Okay, I said yes. You said maybe. Since we're already here talking about them, I'll start with them. I say yes still. And it's because they're both very open-minded and they're both extremely thoughtful. I feel like neither one of them has like any preconceived like notions or like any prejudices that's going to come up. Like, I feel like they're both very like, we'll see what happens. And they're very open to whoever it is, which I really appreciate. And I think that she's going to bring him out of his shell and his routine, because he said he was very like, he's on a strict routine. And I feel like she's fun enough that it's going to bring him out of his shell and out of his routine. And then he'll be the romantic guy that all the other guys that she was talking to, that she was falling too fast for, that she was expecting, because he already has written her the 4-page letter, done the thing with the music that apparently she does for other men. He's just very thoughtful, and I feel like he can be like, he's gonna be romantic enough to make her feel safe, and I feel like it's gonna go really, really well.
Do you know? You want to hear a rumor that I heard?
What?
I heard Ryan's brother actually wrote that letter. No, I'm joking. I just wanted to see what you would say. You were like, "Oh, my dream." No. I'm still not sure. Give me one more week. I'm still not sure.
You still on maybe? Really?
I don't know yet. Because he's an MMA fighter who does push-ups for breakfast. And
but he's so like both of them like were so thoughtful. And I feel like if they continue that, it'll be like them just trying to outdo each other.
But you know, if every married couple stayed thoughtful, they would all stay together. That's
right.
That's how marriage works.
You should.
You know, there are just some people in life who want a wedding, and then there are some people in life who want a marriage, and I'm still not sure about Claire yet.
Okay, fine. I still say yes on her.
But let me tell you what though. I'll know after the wedding when they have their first conversation. You know, when they always take them to the side and have that first conversation. I'll have an answer next week for sure.
Okay. So that's Claire and Ryan. We can just okay. We both said no, Virginia and Eric. But here's why. Here's why I say no. I definitely don't think now that she's ready for marriage. Like I'm for sure that she's not ready for marriage. Their personalities are completely different. And he's too old for her. She thinks that she's getting a 28-year-old. And she's getting a 34-year-old divorcee. Like she thinks because she wants somebody who's going to go out and bar hop with her and do all these fun things. Like she just wants somebody to go on an adventure with. She wants somebody her age. He's too old for her. It's one big sinking ship. Not going to work at all.
Agreed. Yeah. I have nothing else to add to that.
I don't have anything else to add.
We're going. No, I don't think they make it past the honeymoon before. I won't say they'll like call it quits, but I just don't see it.
So I had yes for Brianna and Vincent, and I'm changing it to maybe. Because like I hope that she doesn't shoot him down before he gets a chance to like do for her. Because all that talk, this host, like she said it like 3 or 4 times. It was like, he better love me for me, or they would say something. He's like, he better. It's like, okay, like be open enough and like give him a chance. Like, so I hope she doesn't shoot him down before he gets a chance to you know get to know her and like do for her. And then I feel like it's gonna be like a prideful downfall for her. And he's gonna need affection from her. Like I can tell he's very affectionate already, and I don't think he's gonna get it initially because she's gonna want to get like she's gonna want to feel like a queen, but it's like also you got to be open. And then I just think she needs to be open to being there for him as well, and not so much thinking of her only herself. And that's how I feel she thinks right now.
Brianna gives me a little like Iris vibes.
Sure.
But I think Vincent is a little more easy. Well, Keith was easy going too. You know, I'm going to stick with a yes for Brianna and Vincent.
Okay.
I think she can be like an A personality, yes. But she comes off much easygoing than a prototypical A personality to me. And I think he's very, very chill and cool. Vincent comes off very chill and cool, very much like Ryan's brother. And and I think one thing that Vincent said, and he continues to say, and Brianna has said that I think is going to go well together, is they're both looking, like Brianna said that she's looking for somebody who, after a hard day of work, she can come and chill on the couch with. And Vincent said that he was looking for somebody. And put her feet on him. I mean, it comes with the job. Trust me, I've been married 3 years. Don't know why your feet always feel like they're coming out the freezer, but that's one of, you know, it happens. And Vincent said he wants the same thing. He wants somebody that he could be with, but somebody who also can be his best friend. And I do think Brianna has the capability to do that. And Pastor Cal put them together. And that's enough for me to continue to say yes for right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Because her friend said she's stubborn. And she was saying that she's not very affectionate. She said that in her profile, like that she's not an affectionate person. I feel like he's really going to need that to be able to like feel like he's doing, you know, like I feel like men need to feel like they have success with you, right? And I feel like that's going to be hard for him at the beginning to feel like he's getting somewhere or having.
But she's not cold though. She's not cold
yet.
But you remember like, do you remember when they were at the lingerie party and then she was like, oh, I hope your husband likes this. And then she was like, you better. It wasn't like Iris where she was like, ew, but it's that. Like she was actually like chill and into it and stuff. So she's not going to be as reserved as you probably think she will be. I think she's actually pretty chill and cool. And she might like play chill, but I don't think it's to a point where he has to like pursue her for like 10 weeks before she opens up. I honestly don't think it's going to be like that.
Okay. Fair enough. We will see. Okay, you're thumbsing up. And then we'll go to Hayley and Jake from State Farm. We both said no. I still no, because she hasn't had many opinions. Like I said, she hasn't really shown her personality much. Their friends groups are like night and day. She's not like nerdy and quirky. She's just kind of just chill. And both of them run from commitment so easily. And so I think that if they don't find commonalities like really fast, they're going to both check out. Like they're going to need to find something in common quickly before like, or if not, then it's just going to be like, okay, maybe you're not the one.
Is that a yes or no?
No. I'm saying the only way I think it will have some type of hope is if they find something in common very quickly.
So let me say this. I said no last time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use up one of my 3 changes.
Wow. Okay.
And I'm going to go to maybe.
Okay.
Here's what I will say. I think that if they do not work, I think we will know immediately, because I know all right. My opinion of whether they work or not will be solidified after he makes his first joke. Because I think if they don't work, she'll know, because she does not find his sense of humor appealing. Sure. It's such a eclectic kind of sense of humor.
I didn't like his sense of humor when he made that pilot joke. I was like, maybe guys think that's funny.
I mean, it's funny to me.
Okay,
but,
so it's just me.
I mean, not that it was like not laugh out loud funny, but it was very personable. Like I get more of who he is as a person, and I think deep down he's a good dude.
Yeah,
I think if she is the kind of person who's like, this guy's not getting a second date, then maybe she's the kind of person who makes an opinion about a person, and then it's hard to change that. So if she decides that his personality isn't something that she meshes with, she won't have a chance or give herself the chance to find out how good of a guy he is. But I do think that she has that capability. So I'm going to say maybe, with the possibility that they can really hit it off. Because I think she might be quirkier. She might be quirkier than you think.
Okay, I'll give you that. And then lastly, shoot, I've had these names on here. I've had these names on here this whole time. My bad, y'all ain't changing names.
Can I boo couples? Can I boo couples? Boo.
No. See, I'm changing my prediction on this one. I'm changing my prediction on this one. I'm going from no to maybe on Paige and Chris, because I found out this episode, Paige checks all of his boxes. She got her own money. She's submissive. Kasaun, don't do this. Don't do this. She got her own money. She wants to be submissive. Apparently, she's good in bed. She's confident in that area. Sexy. She has a bomb body. And what else he say? A freak. And we found out she's a freak. She's a freak too. And so if that's what he wants, he's getting it with her. And they have their family values match. Their faith values match. There's a lot of matches, and she checks all of his boxes. They're on the same page with almost everything. As long as Chris's pickiness doesn't get the best of him, I think they can have a lot of fun together. I think they would have a lot of fun in the way that, like, you know how like Woody and Imani like joked on people and stuff like that, the whole season, stuff like that. Like, I feel like they can have that kind of fun. and actually work. Why are you looking like this?
I just cannot believe.
I'm saying maybe. She checks his boxes.
Okay, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something that's gonna surprise you. I'm gonna change my answer from no to absolutely not. What is wrong with you? What are you talking about? This man was engaged 3 months ago. What are you? Are you serious right now? I'm changing my name from no to maybe on whether I think you're sane. What is wrong with you? You went all the way to Tyler Perry Studios to dish out this foolishness. Absolutely not. You think Paige and Chris have a chance? All right, couple things. One, I genuinely do not believe he's on this show for the right reasons. Two, he was engaged 3 months ago.
And he talked about that with his pastor. He was talking about that, how it's like he wants to be careful.
I throw this microphone right now. Tasha, you got to be kidding me. Did you hear? Did you hear in the conversation where his pastor asked him? His pastor asked him. He said, "Hey, are you sure you're going into this with like a clear head, like you no baggage from the past?" You heard him say that?
Yeah, he's been praying and fasting.
If your pastor has to ask you if a woman that you were engaged 3 months ago is a part of the future while you're on a TV show getting picked to marry somebody else, something ain't. All right, maybe we can just, this is the fork in the road. I genuinely do not believe he's there for the right reasons. I believe he's on here because of the TV show and he wants to be seen. That's what I believe.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I want to be wrong.
I could be wrong too.
Wrong. But I also thought that was his granddad he's talking to. Somebody's going to fact check that. And we're going to come back and figure out who was wrong. If it was me, you know.
I
don't see it.
I maybe. She checks all the boxes. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that.
I think you are easily gullible with guys who wear shiny suits. Maybe that's it. Because Vincent wore a shiny suit when he told Pastor Cal that he had given 3 Sperry's away. And you were like, oh, he's going first class to heaven. It's like, give the man a chance. We don't know nothing about this man.
See, look at you talking. Now you talk about him again. Talking about that's your guy.
No. That's what I'm saying. I didn't say that I had made a judgment about him. I'm saying it's too soon to make a judgment about him. And it maybe sound hypocritical because I'm making a judgment about Chris. But what I'm saying is, my inclination, before I make a judgment, my right now inclination is that he's not on the show for the right reasons. I can see that. I'm always leery of someone who wants to marry to be a power couple. That's like,
Karen wanted to do that.
Okay.
She said that in her thing that she's like she wanted to be Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Why?
I don't know.
Who wants to be? She made an album about getting cheated. Anyway, so
I'll have our new predictions up. I'll have those ready for next time.
Tasha, I require you next to Paige and Chris to put absolutely not.
No, I'm maybe on Paige and Chris right now. I am hoping for the best.
No, I mean next to my answer. I need the record to show that not only did I say no, but I said absolutely no. Like I'm definitive about my answer.
Because if he's here for the right reasons, I think they would work.
If he's there for the right reasons, then I think my answer gets upgraded to no.
Fair enough. Thank you for your commentary.
I can see what this season's gonna be now. We ain't even get to the wedding yet. It's gonna be a long season. And then when the thing with the baby come out, you're gonna come on here and act like, oh, I was so shocked. You knew good and doggone well this man is not on this show for the right reason.
We don't know who's on the baby because none of them was really trying to use condoms on the thing. They're like, I might bring some. I don't know.
Remember that? Do you remember that feeling you had when you found out that everything Michael said, that he ain't even had no job, that he was all right? Remember that feeling? Remember that feeling?
We're gonna see. So we'll be back next week. Thank you all for watching. Follow Kasaun at the Life of K. Take these banners off so we can see your name. Follow Kasaun at the Life of K. You can follow me at the Telltale Tasha. Write your opinions in the comments below, and so that we can discuss further. I will see.
Tell her she's tripping. Please tell. Oh, what side is she on? Tell her she's tripping.
We gonna see.
You just have a thing for men with shiny suits with all their particles in their hair, and I don't understand it. I didn't know this about you.
What can I do? What can I do? If you cool, got all your hair,
and you got an AARP card, you got a chance.
See you guys next time. Bye.